In my last episode, I road tripped from Nashville, Tennessee to Savannah, Georgia to camp at a coastal campground and hike the Sandpiper Nature Trail at Skidaway State Park. I was lucky enough to see some wildlife, walk through some beautiful coastal forest, and even got myself into some deep water. I really enjoyed my time in the Savannah area and hope to be back soon. But this trip only allowed me one day to explore. So now I'm headed about 300 miles north to the city of Wilmington, North Carolina. And who's the most famous person ever from there? That's right, Michael Jordan.
Perkins, I guess that is a pretty fitting end to the ballgame. Jordan, look at that!
Michael double teamed on the drive, in from the left, gets chased into the corner, comes right back.
Michael get it forward for the fresh shot clock. MJ. Oh, he did it! Michael shakes the finger.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan.
Jordan a drive. Hangs, fires, yard!
All right, we're headed to North Beach at Tybee Island. Should be there in about 8 minutes, it says.
Now turn left onto North Campbell Avenue.
All right, well, made it to North Beach on Tybee Island. I'm gonna probably go dip my toes in there a little bit too, but just kind of cool to be here. Great weather, it's like in mid 70s. A little overcast, but still just great to be down here. All right. Whew. That is cold. Wow. That is chilly. Wow, that is cold. That is a lot colder than I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's 75, 80 degrees out, but I mean, you can definitely do it. It's doable. Just, that guy's out there. There's still a few people out here. Not too many, though. But it was nice. I just wanted to come down here and check it out. Now I'm going to go grab some lunch and then head on into Savannah. Can I get a Diet Coke and then a cheeseburger?
Fries?
Yes, please.
Lettuce and tomato?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so just got done with a late lunch and just had a kind of a interesting experience. So the vibe there was totally cool. They had like Bob Marley playing. You're right on the beach. People are sitting around the bar and stuff like that. I don't drink, but still I was just sitting on the patio area out there. Ended up ordering a cheeseburger with fries. And I remember thinking like the first bite, it was the worst cheeseburger I've ever had. For sure, worst 5 I've ever had. And I remember thinking about, I was just so hungry, I didn't care. So I just went ahead and ate it anyways. And then when she came back at the end, she was like, was everything okay? And I was like, and I did the normal, like, yeah, it was fine, it's fine. And then she was like, are you sure? And I was like, well, you know what? It was actually terrible. I was like, it was the worst burger I've ever had. I was just like, well, I'm just going to be honest and say it. And she was like, oh, and she was like super apologetic and very nice about it. She's like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. And I was like, it's not even a big deal. Don't worry. And she's like, seriously, we don't want anybody to be unhappy with like what they had. And I was like, okay. And then she comes back. She goes about 5 or 7 minutes, comes back. And she's like, yeah, that's just terrible. She's like, I took your Diet Coke off the check. So thanks. Appreciate that. $1.50. Exactly why there's really not even a point in complaining. Whatever. I was super hungry, so it didn't matter. All right, I'm going to head through downtown Savannah and just kind of drive through real quick. And then I'm headed up to Wilmington, North Carolina, and I'll spend a couple days up there. Time to get on the road. right, getting into downtown Savannah. All right, so this is one of the main streets, Broughton Street. Here's City Hall, right there. Savannah Clothing Company, right there. All right, so getting ready to take off for Wilmington, North Carolina. Just pulled over here in downtown Savannah. Looks like it's telling us we're gonna have 2 stops at the Summerton, South Carolina Supercharger. It says I'm gonna have to stay for 10 minutes, and then again at the Florence, South Carolina, North Williston Road Supercharger, and then on to Wilmington after that. So 2 stops, about 5 hours. So I think I gotta get on the road, otherwise I'm gonna be getting in really late. All right, next stop, Summerton, South Carolina.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs.
All right, just a little mid-drive update. You can see right here, I am almost at the Summerton, South Carolina Supercharger. I got about 30 minutes left. You can see we're currently just west of Charleston. There's Charleston, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, and then up toward Wilmington.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly.
All right, just getting to the Summerton, South Carolina.
Now turn right onto Duck Boulevard.
Actually, I don't know if it's South Carolina or Georgia. But we're getting to the Summerton Supercharger.
If I'll figure out where the road goes.
Stuckies. I haven't been to one of those in forever. Used to go to Stuckies when I was a kid. I still remember getting like this awesome sword from Stuckies. It was like one of the greatest things I ever got when I was a kid. All right, so just arrived at the Summerton, South Carolina Supercharger. Yeah, we got a Stuckies with a DQ and a Texaco all in one. And so I'm going to charge up here. We ended up getting here with 32%. It said that it estimated that we would get here with 28%. So actually a little bit better. And our next stop is going to be, I should say actually on the way, just about 10 minutes ago, it told me I could keep going on to Florence and I'd get there with 9%. But I needed to go to the bathroom. So I was like, screw it. I'm just going to stop. It said about 60 miles more to Florence. And but yeah, I needed to run to the bathroom anyways, so just decided to stop. I knew this one was a 250 kilowatt charger. They have 8 chargers at 250 kilowatt. It looks like I could actually probably go the whole way. Yeah, because it's not even giving me anything in between. It's just saying to go ahead, but I'm gonna have to put in 48 more percent. So yeah, I'd probably have to get up to around 80%. We'll see how long that takes. Probably, I'm guessing around 20-25 minutes. All right, I'm going to go hook up and run inside. I notice the lights come on now too whenever the back opens or even the charger port opens. Yep, we're all the way up to 200 kilowatts right now. It says 35 minutes to continue trip. I bet you it's a little faster than that. It's actually okay because I need to upload a bunch of video files. So not a huge deal. I'm just gonna run inside and then do a little work, and we'll be out of here in about a half hour. All right, so stuck around way longer than I needed to, but I had a ton of work and a bunch of video to upload and stuff. So it shows 96%. It told me probably at about 85% that I could leave. Yeah, I'll have a little extra when I get there. Looks like we have 2 hours and 47 minutes based on that route, which, yeah, now it gives you different options. That's something new in the recent update. It used to not do that. I'd always have to go on Apple Maps and put the destination in and then see which one's the better route. But now it shows multiple options. So 2 hours and 47 minutes, which actually is a lot quicker than I thought. So I'm gonna hurry up and get on the road so I can get in, hopefully not too late. Let's look at that last charging session. That was $19.68. So still not too bad. Luckily, I got a free charge last night at the campground. So today, that's my first supercharge. We'll get there, it says, with 12%. Depending on exactly where the hotel is, I'll probably go charge a little bit, maybe even charge up to what I need for tomorrow. But we'll see as we get closer. Otherwise, hopefully in the next 3 hours, I'll be there.
Now turn right to take the Interstate 95 North ramp.
Forgot to turn the camera on as I was coming in, but we are at the Leland, North Carolina Supercharger. We're about, I think, 10 minutes from my hotel, but I'm going to charge up just so I have charge for tomorrow. Yeah, ended up getting in here with 13%, so only had that one stop along the way. The hotel I'm going to is about 12 minutes away. This looks like it is a 250 kilowatt as well. Looks like a lot of them are 250 now. I don't know how many stalls are here, but it looks like at least, I don't know, probably about 12 to 16. And since I'm only 12 minutes away, I think tomorrow I'll just come back in the morning before I take off. And yeah, because otherwise it's 35 minutes. I don't feel like waiting around. I want to go to the hotel. One other thing of note is that you have to have at least 20% battery for Sentry mode to work. And when I'm at a hotel, you know, I have things in my car, I definitely want Sentry mode to work. I'll probably get that up to maybe around 40-50%. Then we'll go over to the hotel, check in, eat some food, and call it a night. All right, we're up to 52%. That's good enough. I'll come back tomorrow after I run a few errands and do what I got to do during the day, and then I'll come back, top off, and then we'll be off to Chapel Hill. All right, let's take a look at what that cost. That was $11.16. All right, I will see you guys at the hotel. All right, just a quick tour, just checked in. I'm so tired right now. I am off to bed in just a few minutes. Got fridge, microwave. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so all checked in, heading to bed, super tired, but pretty early tomorrow morning, gonna be doing something fun. And to give you a little hint, it's based around the most famous person in the world from Wilmington, North Carolina. I think you can pretty much guess that one. All right, see you guys in the morning. Have a good day. today we are heading to the Michael Jordan exhibit at the Cape Fear Museum here in Wilmington, North Carolina. I was just coming through the area and I was like, you know what would be kind of fun? And I was like, who's the most famous person from Wilmington, North Carolina? Obviously it's MJ. So we're going to be heading over there now, and then I have no idea what to expect. I mean, growing up, Michael Jordan was for sure my sports idol, not LeBron for you kids out there. And so I just, I felt like if I was going to come through this area, I had to at least check that out. And I actually will be going on Saturday on to Charlotte, and I will be going to the Golden State Warriors versus Charlotte Hornets game on Saturday. So I'm super pumped about that. That'll be my first time seeing Steph Curry play live. And back to Michael Jordan, I only actually saw Michael play once live. It was Michael Jordan's worst game he ever played. He had 14 points. I mean, I think he averaged, his career was like 32 something, 31 something. So to go on the worst night of his entire career, just my luck, I guess. I'm hoping, since Steph Curry's also from North Carolina, maybe he can make up for it. And he's one of the best players of all time. Who knows? But it's going to be fun either way. And actually, tomorrow, I'll be going to Chapel Hill and going to preseason University of North Carolina basketball game. So this whole trip to North Carolina turned into a huge basketball trip. It wasn't necessarily intended to be that, but that's just what it turned out to be. I grew up, I mean, basketball was my favorite sport growing up. So to come here and be able to go to some of the most historic places and that honor some of the most historic people, it's just gonna be a lot of fun. So we're going over to the Cape Fear Museum where they have a Michael Jordan exhibit on display, and let's go. Oh yeah, just before I leave, I also wanted to mention, after we got a little charge last night at that Leland Supercharger, it's at 46%. I think we lost about 3% overnight with Sentry mode. Plus I have the cooler going in back. As soon as we get done over at that Michael Jordan exhibit at the Cape Fear Museum, then I will head back to that same Leland Supercharger, which is only a few minutes away. Charge up to whatever I need to get on toward my next trip, which will be in the next video. And that's to go to Chapel Hill, North Carolina for a couple days. All right, let's get over to the museum. By the way, that was a super nice Holiday Inn Express and Suites. Probably one of the better ones I've stayed at.
Waves and roads, the highway gold is in our hands. Rusted hope and city smoke, the violet lands. I feel it every now and then. I remember what you said, that it was
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Just you today?
Just me.
All righty. Do you happen to have AAA, college student, military?
I have AAA.
AAA?
Yeah.
All right. So it'll be $7 for you, sir.
Okay, so the exhibit was much smaller than I thought, but that's okay. The one I visit at the University of North Carolina in my next video is massive and totally makes up for it. This exhibit focuses on Michael Jordan's local upbringing and showcases items that were donated by his mother and local schools. Here, you can see Michael's gym bag from Laney High School, which he used in 1980 to 81. Just next to them, you'll find a familiar pair of shoes, the Air Jordan 1s. These were created in 1987 by Nike and were actually originally banned by the NBA. Jordan was fined $5,000 per game while he wore them, but Nike picked up the tab as they had a good feeling about this young kid from Wilmington, North Carolina wearing number 23. Safe to say, it worked out for both of them, and the shoes are now iconic. Next, we have some trophies Michael received while playing other sports growing up in the mid-1970s, like football and baseball. These next two focus on Michael's work ethic, not only in sports, but in academics. Michael was an exceptional student athlete growing up and knew the importance of hard work on and off the court. That hard work paid off as he went on to become College Player of the Year for the University of North Carolina in 1983 and 1984, before going on to win 6 NBA championships with the Chicago Bulls during the 1990s. While I was there for the Jordan exhibit, I did browse around the Cape Fear Museum to see what other interesting things there were to learn about. There's exhibits on space exploration, weather, animals, Native American history, as well as archaeology. All in all, it was a fun experience. All right, so that was a lot of fun. It was definitely a lot smaller than I thought. It was just that one little exhibit area. But it was still interesting stuff. Most of it I already knew. It was kind of cool seeing some old memorabilia though, like that his mom had donated from high school, or report cards, you know, school stuff, things like that. Things from Laney High School where he went. And yeah, it was just all kind of fun stuff from the Olympics all the way up through the Bulls. So yeah, it was interesting. And the rest of the place was actually pretty cool too. I would say the rest of it's definitely geared more toward children. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could say all of it might be, but I definitely recommend it if you are in the area. So I guess that pretty much wraps up this video. The next video, I will be heading to Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I'm going to be going to the UNC versus some small school that they're most likely going to beat by 80 points. But it's one of the preseason exhibition games. I just happened to notice that there was a game tomorrow night, so I'm going to go to that. I'm actually going to meet up with my nephew and his wife in kind of the Raleigh-Durham area as well. Probably go out to dinner with them tomorrow before heading to the game. I'm actually going to be meeting up with them today, and then the game is tomorrow. So all that should be a lot of fun. And then Saturday, off to Charlotte, and I'm going to go see Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, you know, all those guys take on the Hornets. So that should be a lot of fun. And again, Michael Jordan themed. He now is the owner of the Charlotte Hornets. So all comes back to Michael. All right, well, thanks for watching. I think this video is a wrap. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next travel, quick tip, or review video. Thanks for watching.